Guys, welcome to Go Beyond for June the 28th. I had to stop and think about that. I almost want to say January. Tonight, you're going to need a pair of weights and a mat. We're going to be going to the floor for quite a few things. So you'll need that for your knees. If you need to modify and go to the wall, hopefully I've already hit everybody who's doing this. Karen and Michael, you'll need to talk to me later. Okay. We're going to start with an assessment first. So I want you to stand up nice and straight. We're going to do this kind of hip assessment first, which is the one where you're going to pick up your legs. So you just pick your knee up as high as you can and then shift your weight and go here and here. So we're going to do that 6 times. That's 3, 4, which one is crunchy? 5 and 6. I want you to be thinking about which hip had less movement in it, which one was a little tight. So as we go along and we've done all these things, at the end, I want you to know, is it looser? Is it worse? Is it the same? Is it better? So we're also going to do our shoulders. And what I want you to do is take your right arm and wrap that around your rib cage. And you're going to take your left arm nice and long with your thumb pointed. And you're simply going to keep your body in this position that it's in. Do not arch your back like this or do like this. And you're just going to roll, not into the fan blades. Roll your arm up and see where it goes and come down. Now, if you're having a bad arm day, then don't do this one necessarily. Let's go ahead and do it one more time. How crunchy is this arm? How far back can this arm go in your safe range of motion? And the reason why we hold the rib cage is to keep you from moving that part of your body. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side where the left arm wraps around. Right arm is down, thumb is pointed, and you're going to just roll it up without arching the back, without doing any hyperflexion. And let's do it one more time. Be mindful which one is looser, which one is harder. You're going to thinking better, same, or worse at the end. All right. We're going to warm up a little bit because we can't just drop into goblet squats. That's not how that works. I mean, we could, but that would hurt. So let's not. Oh, wait, hold on just a second. I did have it reordered, and I'm going to put in the order that I wanted in. There we go. I'm going to turn it up a little bit for me right now for this part. All right, let's just go back to our knee lift. You just want to be picking up to hip level if you can. And go ahead and move those arms, getting the elbows to come up at least shoulder level if you can. Nice, good breathing. 4, 3, 2, to the side, out and out. So you're just going to do a little open, like a mini clam. You can use your arms for balance. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to switch. Get our quads warmed up. You're going to do a gentle kick towards your rear end because you're stretching your quads right out of your hips here, right out of your lap. Let's go ahead and add a shoulder flex where you're pushing your shoulder blades towards each other. Four, 3, 2, 1. Go back to your march for me. Now, depending on what kind of floor you're on, let's go to wide march and add a little hip sway right here. So you're lifting each hip in the world's most awkward step over. So it's not necessarily a march as much as you're picking that hip up and trying to tuck it into your rib cage. 4, 3, 2. Now, just heels. Lift your heels. Bring your arms up. And let's reach. Up and up. Now, you're bringing the arm over your head because you want to wake up your obliques. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back to your heel march. And from your heel march, we're going to take the hips back, leaving the knees right where they are. We got to wake up the back of the legs from these goblet squats, you guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pulse with no feet moving. You're just pulsing right here. Sit right into this hip joint. Stay out of the knees. Rest on the thighs if you need to. 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll it up. All right. Shake it out. So I'm going to go ahead and place my mat over here out of the dangerous feet moving area. And I'm going to turn that down. The music's sort of playing as background for us today. I'm going to put the weights where I can get to them. Remember, if they're on the floor, you're going to be using good form to do it, which means you're going to be doing a lot of squatting. So we're going to start with our goblet squat. You're just going to create a little bugger right here. And we're going to push our hips back, let our arms go long, keep our back and our neck and our head in good position, and just squat right here. And then use those muscles to come back up. Flip this little guy into one hand. We're going to come here, and you're going to take a nice long step into a side lunge, taking this hip out. So you're going to back and down. So you've got a nice long leg here, and come up. Switch hands, out and down, and then come up. Remember on the first one, everything is super slow. We're going to do our plank walkout now. So you either walk yourself down and up a wall or out on the floor. Using your hip hinge, your feet can be apart. Mine are just together because that's what I did. So hip hinge, bend your knees, hands to the floor. Walk it out as far as you can go. And hold it for 3, 2, 1. Walk it back, bend the knees, and roll up. Drag your mat into play. So squat again. Put your knees on the floor. Walk it out. Your arms can be slightly in front of your shoulders for this. If you can't do this on the floor, then you go to the wall, and you do not have to use the weights if you don't want to. But you want your back from your shoulders to your knees to be relatively straight. And we're going to lift the left arm into a row and the right arm into a row. And then you're done with that. So take your hands off, square your body up. Take your left arm out, your right leg back, lift it up. We're going to pull it in and push it out. So tuck, stretch, and down. Right hand, left foot, up, tuck, stretch, and down, and then roll back to your heels and come up. Round 1 of 1, done. All right, goblet squat, go ahead and pick up your weight. Hold it here. This time we're going to do 2. Good form on these little guys. You ready? 1, 2. Reset yourself for the lateral lunge. So you're going to put it in your left hand and step left and try to take it to the floor. Floor is just a goal. It's not the be all end all. 1, and then 2, and then switch. 2, and then 1. And then we're going to do our walkout. So I'm going to put this right back here for me. Our plank walkout, we're going to come up, go out, and up, and out, and up. Ready? So down, walk it out nice and long and tall. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Walk it in, come all the way up. Little shoulder roll. And then let's go back down again. Down, walk it out. Plant it, 3, 2, 1. Walk it in, bend the knees. Come up, roll your wrist this time. Get your mat for your knees ready. Let's go down. Walk it out to where your weights are. Make sure they are where you want them to be. Roll your body into that nice long position from shoulders to hips to knees. And we're going to roll right, left, or left, right, whichever way you want to do it. And 1, 2, 3, 4. From this position, you just kind of walk it back into square. We'll do 2 bird dogs with the left arm out, right leg back, up, tuck it in, take it out for 1, tuck it out for 2. and down. Left leg, right arm, up, tuck, and in, tuck, sorry, and out. Everything down. Walk back onto your toes, right here through your Achilles, and come up. All right. Pick up your weight for Goblet Squat. Now, you might be thinking on the Goblet Squat, you've already hit the floor. Then the goal at this point is not to dig a hole and stick the weight down any further. Go lower in the squat or go lower and wider. You can turn the weight long ways if you need to. If you're going into complete squish. All right. Head up, chin up. Remember the hips are going back. You're not going into your knees forward, but back into your rear end. And let's go down for 1. And you can bend your arms and squat into it and come all the way up. 2. And 3. Go ahead and come up. Close up your stance. Stepping to the left for our lateral lunge. 1. And I want you to make sure you're going low and nice and long for that leg. 2. Press out of it. And 3. And then push up and press. I have to shift because of my room. Here we go. 3. And up. 2. And up. And 1. And up. I'm going to reset my weight. Okay, we're going to do our walkout. 3 times down, 3 times up with that 3-second hold. All right, hip hinge to the floor, walk it out. It's nice and tall, hold it for 3, 2, 1, walk it in. Come up, roll the wrists, and down. Walk it out, hold it for 3, 2, 1, walk it in, roll the wrists, and the last one of this round, down and out. 3, 2, 1, walk it in, roll the wrists. Reset your mat for the Renegade Row and the Bird Dog. All right, go down. Set your weights. Roll out into it so that you're long from your shoulders to your knees. 6 count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then square it back. So it's just hands and legs. Left arm, right foot. Up and tuck and out for 1, tuck and out for 2, tuck, out for 3, and down. Right hand, left leg, up, tuck, and 3, tuck, and 2, tuck, and 1. And then you're going to walk it back up to your toes right here. All right, that was round 3. Pick up your weight for your goblet squat. We're going to do 4 this time. And I'm actually going to take mine where the heads are sideways, because I'm going pretty low. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come up, close your stance. 4 lunges to the left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to switch so I can be, here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Close it up. Place your weights back where it needs to be. All right. On our planks this time, we're only going to hold for 2 because it's going to, the next round of 4, 5, and 4, it's a lot more pressure on your wrist, so I want to cut that time a little shorter. Here we go. Down, walk it out. And 1, 2, and up. Ready? Down and out. Walk it out. 1, 2, and walk it up. Roll your wrist in between times. And down. 1, 2, walk it in. And row. Last one. For our 4 count. 1, 2, and walk it in and up. All right. Knee pad. Go down for your Renegade Row. Get your weight set. All right, fold your body out. So you've got that nice long line from your shoulders to your hips to your knees. And we're going to do 8 count on our lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to square our hips back and bring our shoulders and hands into line, into squareness here. Left hand, right leg up. Tuck it in for 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it out and down. Left hand, no, left foot, right hand. Tuck it in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Raw, walk it back onto your toes and spread it up. Spread your body out again. Lift all the wrists, you guys, all the wrists. Okay, goblet squat for 5. Decide what you're gonna do with this guy. I'm going wider. Again, tuck the hips back, go deep as you can. You're going slow. You got the weight there. Tuck your elbows down and in. It's up to you. What is your flexibility doing on these next 5? Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and close your stance. Let's do our lunge. Make sure you're still focusing on the side. If you're going to the left, that left hip is what goes back, not into your left, and your left knee's not going out so much as your hip is going back. Here we go. 5, and push off. 4, and push. 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna reset for mine. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna reset my weights. We're gonna do our plank walkout. All right. We're gonna shorten our time. We're gonna get out there for that 1 good count and then come back in. Ready? Here we go. Down and out. 1, and walk it back in. And then down. 2, and then walk it back in. 3, and then walk it back in. 4, and then walk it back in. And number 5. Just think, we've reached the top at this point. Get your mat in place. Down on your knees, people, down on your knees. Okay. Go out to your weights. Roll yourself into place. Long line from shoulders to knees to hips. 10 count on this row. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the hips back and bring the shoulders under square. Left hand, right foot, lift and tuck for 5. 5 and out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it out and hold it for just a second. Bring it in and down. Right hand, left foot, up and in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it out and hold it for just a second. And in and down. Walk back onto your toes. Roll up through here. Stretch through your back. We're on the downhill side, yay. Get your weight for your goblet squat. Okay. Now, if you're really stretched out here, things you might want to focus on is still keeping your back in good position, not looking down at the floor, okay? You want to keep your neck in neutral, so don't be looking at your toes when you do this. You want to look down and out at that 45-degree angle. You can get your elbows down below leg level. That's a flexibility thing, okay? If you want to go wider stance, it's entirely up to you. Don't slide on your own floor. 4 count. 4, 3, remember you're looking out and not down. 2, and 1. If you're looking down, your back tends to curve. If you've got any lower lumbar issues, that's where it'll ping you every single time. All right, 4 count to the left. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let me start my playlist over here. And let's do the other side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. I had to think about this for a second. We're doing our walkouts. We're back to our 2-second count on our walkout. Ready? Down, out. 1, 2, and in. And up. Roll. Down and out. 1, 2. Up. And roll. Again. Down and out. 1, 2. Over to moss. Here we go. Walk it out. 1, 2, and in and up. All right. Flex those wrists. Set your knee pad. Get your weight set. Roll yourself over the weights. Long line from shoulders to hips. 8 count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide those hips back. Bring those arms under for square. Left hand, right foot. Up and in for 4. 4, 3, 2. Take this one up and hold it. And down. Right hand, left foot. Up and in. 4, 3, 2. Take this one and hold it. In and down. All right. Sit back on your heels for just a moment. Stretch your back. And go ahead and roll back onto your toes and up. All right. On the goblet squat, we're going to add a little bit of a challenge now. We've done so many of them, you're probably super stretched out. Let's add some resistance. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm going to use both of my weights this time. We'll pick them up carefully. I'm going to go wide, and I'm going to keep my weights stacked together. Remember, when you go down, your head is not looking straight down. It's looking out just a little bit to keep it in neutral position. Here we go. We're doing 3 on this one. Ready. 3, long arms. 2, all the bending occurs afterwards. And 1. Let's go ahead and keep both weights in hand. So you'll have one counterbalance. You have one for the lunge. We're just going to challenge it up a little bit. And 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm going to reset for me. And 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to place my weights in the position I'm going to need them in just a few minutes. We'll do our walkout. 3-second count on our walkout. We're doing 3 of them. Ready? Down, out, and 3, 2, 1. Walking in. Remember, you can always do your count different for me if you need to. And down, and out. 3, 2, 1. Number 1. And 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back in. Set your knee pad. Go down. Set your weights. Nice, good arm hold here. Roll into it. Long from the shoulders to the hips to the knees. And our count is 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll your hips back to square. Bring your arms into square. Left hand, right foot up. In and tuck for 3. 3, 2, 1. And hold it. And down. Right hand, left foot up. In and down. 3, 2, 1. And out. And down. Tuck those toes. Roll back up. We're doing the 2. Doing the 2. Go ahead and get your weights. Good form to pick up. All right, this time, bow your arms a little bit. Now, you can still keep them long if you want. But part of the challenge, you're just going to bow your arms. So they're going to stay in that slightly bent position anyway. Neck stays at neutral so you don't upset your back. Tuck your hips. We're doing 2. 2. And 1. Come here. 2 to the side, keeping the weights here. 2. And 1. And then I'm stepping here. And 2. And 1. Reset your weights for your plank. Remember on our walkout, we're doing a 3 count. Here we go. Walk out. 3, 2, 1. Walking in. Roll. And 1 more. Walk it out. 3, 2, 1. Roll your wrists. All right. Set your knee pads. All right. Set your weights. Okay, roll your body into good position. Nice long position from shoulders to knees. 4 count. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then square up your hips. Bring your hands in. Left hand, right leg up, in, and out, in, and out, and down. Right hand, left foot up, in, and out, in, and out, and down. Roll it back. Woo. Last set. Let's see where we are. We're good. Okay. Get your weights. Now, depending on your flooring and whether you're barefooted or not, go as wide as you can. If you don't want to go super wide, don't go super wide. The last one. Long arms. Try not to do the splits here. And hips back. Hold into it. And let's hang out here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk your stance in. We're going to step, go into our lunge hold, and hold it there. Ready? Go down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our plank, we're going to walk out. Hold it for 5 seconds. You can't do 5 seconds? Don't worry about it. Hold it for as long as you can, and then come back up. Ready? Here we go. Walk it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it in. Roll it up. Set your knee pad for the last time. Now, on this last one, we're going to do our row. Once you pull it in this way, I want you to open your body and do a little bit of extension. If you don't want to use the weight because we're going to go into extension, that's fine, because all you're going to do is you're going to roll, reach up, and come back down. Roll, reach up, and come back down. If you just want to do a regular row, that is totally okay. It's the last one. I was just going to challenge this a little bit. So, get your weights set. Roll yourself forward. And let's go ahead and pick up the left arm. Roll it up. And here. And down. And back. And now the right arm. Roll it. Extend it. And down. Set back into your bird dog. So you're going to take your left hand. Right foot. Go ahead and bring them up. I want you to fold it into the tuck. Can you touch that knee to the elbow? Hold it for me for 3, 2, 1, and then take it out and hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Same thing with the right hand. The left foot. Bring it up and hold it for me. And I want you to bring the tuck in and hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then extension for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Spread your knees out just a little bit for me. Feet are together behind you. I just want you to roll your hips back towards your feet. And if you can, just put your elbows on the floor right here. We'll go into a little bit of child pose. Make sure your neck is in neutral position. And just hang out here. A little bit of child pose, a little bit of frog as well. Or toad, or whatever they call it. I don't do a whole lot of yoga. I just know it looks like a frog. Child's pose, I guess, has the knees underneath, but we're not kids anymore, and that hurts some people. All right, go ahead and pull your hands up under, and I want you to pull them in closer to your knees so that you can kind of roll up on your knees and arch your back just a little bit right there so you get that stretch. Let your head come on down. Be mindful of what your wrists are telling you. And then go ahead and sit back. Adjust your hands if you need to. Get those toes tucked under. And I want you to roll into the stretch for your Achilles. So you're in a box of your feet, toe box. You're stretching the back of your legs, right through your Achilles into your calves. From this position, go ahead and straighten the legs till the heels touch the floor so your knees are still bent. And then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. If there's anything in your way on the floor, go ahead and pick that up out of the way while we cool down. Get my weights up and out of the way. All right, go ahead, hold your left hand up, take your right hand and just kind of grip it where you've got a good, so basically you're going to do some manual movement of your wrist. So your left hand is not doing any of the movement. Your right hand is doing all the movement. So you have to make your left hand relax. And it's a lot different than if you're making your left hand do it. So you should feel some relaxation in there, okay? And then if you need to, just run your fingers along your forearm on that muscle. So I'll come up a little closer. Like you're playing the piano or a bad clarinet, I don't know. Okay, whatever feels good right through there. And then on this side, right there at the bottom of these two lifelines, you can kind of press and just kind of maneuver that. That feels good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. All right, because we did a lot of hand stuff. We don't normally do a lot of hand stuff. So let's do this side. So grip it, and you want to do manual rotation of your hand. Go both ways. And then start working on the forearm. So it's the muscle that's on the top ridge that we're working on mostly right here. If that hurts, you just back off of it. And then let's turn the hand this side. And you're going to come right down here in that V and just kind of use your thumb to go through there. Kind of recover your hands a little bit after this, right? All right. Does it feel much better than when you started a while ago? I got to come back over here for just a second. Okay. So let's go back to our assessment that we did a while ago. Be thinking about where your hips were when we started. With the goblet squat, we did a lot of wide movement through the hip flexors and the joints here. And then of course, during the lateral moves, we did that as well. So let's see if you're better, the worse, or the same. So go ahead and lift it up as high as you can. Shift and step. We'll do 6 of them to kind of give you a fair assessment. Our aim is to be either the same or better. If you find that it's worse, then you need to realize that something we did in there probably crunched you up a little bit. That's okay. All right. So if you were worse, thumbs down. If you're the same, hands flat. If you were better, thumbs up. Good. I think we had 1 and 6 was here, and the rest was like this. Now we'll do the arms. So you're going to wrap that right arm around your rib cage. Stand up nice and straight. Thumb is out. And just roll this guy up and back. Now, oddly enough, we did a lot of stuff that could tighten your arms. So you might be in the better, or you might be in the same worse category. Remember, you're not arching your back to get it to go back any further. Here we go. Let's switch it out. So you want to make sure that your back stays in neutral, that you're not doing this. Let it go back any further. Point that thumb. Rotate it. Because our tendency is to want to arch back to let that arm go up. You don't need to do that. All right. Coming out of this. Worse. Same. Better. All right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut off the recording. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'll email you about what we're doing next week because we're going to talk about it after I cut this part off. I'll talk to you later. You guys, thanks for hanging out.